If you go on howlongtobeat.com, it says Sonic 3 and Knuckles takes, on average, 7.5 hours to complete. But does it? No. First step to finding out why is beating the game, and oh my god, this is easily the best of the original trilogy. The storytelling is massively improved with in-game cutscenes right from the start, showing us that Super Sonic is a thing and connected to the Chaos Emeralds by having Sonic de-transform when Knuckles punches the emeralds out of him. Somehow. Maybe he got caught off guard, like when Krillin threw a rock at Goku. There's also between zone transitions now, so rather than, for example, teleporting from Emerald Hill to Chemical Plant Zone, we see that Knuckles destroys the bridge we're standing on, sending us into the next zone. There's so many little touches like this throughout that means this easily clears the previous two games. And despite being harassed by a cat multiple times throughout my playthrough, I managed to finish my first run, which means we can check 3 different times on How Long to Beat. For those unaware, Sonic 3 and Sonic & Knuckles released as 2 separate games that through a satanic docking ritual could combine into one. Incidentally, satanic docking is also my Friday night ritual. How Long to Beat says the individual games take 3 hours. The Sonic 3 portion took me 2 hours 22 minutes, which, it's pushing it, but I'll give it a pass. But the Sonic & Knuckles portion only took 1 hour 47 minutes, so that's inaccurate and a big fat lie. Combined, that means it took me 4 hours 9 minutes, which is pretty bang on. Well done, How Long to Beat. But that's not completion. To complete the game, we have to collect all the Chaos and Super Emeralds. New to the series, the Super Emeralds are even more powerful, themselves being powered up by the Chaos Emeralds, though we get them in the same way. Completing special stages. This time around, the special stages have you run around a spherical world, touching up some blue balls. No innuendos will be made about that going forward. There are also red orbs you need to avoid, as touching one ends the level. The level gets faster the longer you play, so be quick or you'll inevitably lose control. Collect all the blue orbs to get an emerald. Simple. Unfortunately, I only got 4 Chaos Emeralds and a Super Emerald in my first run, which I thought would mean I'd need to do runs over and over until I finished one with all the emerald. But fortunately, once you finish your first run, you get access to a level select, so you can just start the first level of Sonic 3, go to the first giant ring to try a special stage, then keep doing that until you get all the Chaos Emeralds. Ditto for the first level of Sonic & Knuckles to get all the Super Emeralds. After which we get access to Hyper Sonic, which is different to Super Sonic. And after that, we just level select the final level, complete it, and can go to the true final level, the Doomsday Zone, where we fly through space as Hypersonic to take down Robotnik, recover the Master Emerald, and get the best ending in a total time of 5 hours and 18 minutes. How Long to Beat says main plus extra time of 5 hours, so once again, accurate. But this still isn't completion. As it turns out, playing as Knuckles isn't just playing with a different moveset, but is a sort of epilogue where one of Robotnik's minions is attempting to take the Master Emerald back. The levels have been reworked slightly with Knuckles' ability to glide and climb walls in mind, and to make it a more difficult run overall. Fun little detail I noticed when watching this footage for editing, the creatively named floating island is in the background of the final fight, wobbling and slowly lowering over the course of the fight since it no longer has the Master Emerald's power keeping it afloat. Getting all the emeralds once again for Knuckles' run and getting the best ending takes us up to 8 hours 55 minutes. That's maybe a bit too far past the 7.5 hour mark. But we also have Tails' run to add on. Unlike the Knuckles run, playing as Tails is just a Sonic run with a different moveset, and he doesn't even get to do Doomsday Zone, so why does this exist? Adding on Tails' All Emerald run in 4 hours and 14 minutes gives us a total across all 3 runs of 13 hours and 9 minutes. Oh dear god, this is an outrage. How could this be the case? But wait, it's time for the most exciting part. An analysis of what does or doesn't count as completion. I think completing Doomsday Zone as Hypersonic and getting the good or best ending of Knuckles' story counts as completion. Here's my argument. First, whilst there are different ending cutscenes based on whether you have all the emeralds, they just serve as standard good and best endings. If you want to argue it only counts if you see all of those endings, it would mean my Sonic 1 and 2 runs weren't 100% completion because I only saw the best endings. That would be a weird hill to die on, but hey, go ahead and die. Second, Tails' run doesn't count because it's just an easier version of Sonic's run, and he can't even do the Doomsday Zone. Him swapping places with Sonic in the cutscenes doesn't matter enough. And finally, Knuckles' run is included because it's substantially different, and has a substantially different ending if you have a full set of Chaos Emeralds. But the good and best endings are not substantially different. I told you this was exciting. See, like Tails, Knuckles doesn't get access to a new zone for having all the emeralds. The only difference is Knuckles continues to glow in his Hyper form if you have the Super Emeralds, whereas he doesn't have the glow if you only have the Chaos Emeralds. To me, that is not substantial enough to count, especially when you have to get all the Emeralds in the Hypersonic run anyway. Based on how long it took me to get the Super Emeralds after the Chaos Emeralds, this would have saved me 27 minutes. And so, with a combined time for the Hypersonic run and Knuckles run good ending of 8 hours 28 minutes, we can say that How Long to Beat is accurate. It's pushing it a bit, but I'm gonna say it's close enough. And that's the original Sonic trilogy done. Not sure what's next, but until next time, remember, patience, discipline. It's good design to make it feel... Can I help you? I can't hold my controller because she's trying to rub against my hands. I may have to pause this recording temporarily.